Hey guys, welcome back. Yes, he's back. The scammer, Fahim Sheikh, has made a reappearance. Didn't think he was coming back after he promised 10K, 1K a week, over 10 weeks, and then just made up a bunch of excuses how nothing was going on. He was sick. He didn't feel like uploading. He had family things. There was probably like 5 or 6 more excuses for why he wasn't uploading and why he wasn't giving away the money that he promised. If you haven't seen the videos, link in the description. Now, I was just going to make a reminder video when he came back, but we have a more pressing issue, and that is this how I bought a first edition base set Charizard post, where he is shilling a company who is very questionable. A process that is very questionable. Yeah, we're talking about fractional shares of collectibles. And in particular, this specific company. I'm not a financial advisor, but I would appreciate it if you listen to my opinion. This video is my opinion. But we now have Fahim the scammer promoting a scam. He wants you to sign up. And I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't. I'm going to tell you why it's a bad idea. And we're going to look at a lot of sketchy-wetchy things going on within that company. So I don't know who you need to share this with. I'm sure someone's going to fall for this shit. Pretty tired of Fahim finding workarounds for scamming. How the hell anyone believes him at this point, where he's pretended to give away even $100. And now you think he's going to give you 10K, 1K, I guess now it is. Now it's on to he's doing a 1K giveaway instead of the rest of the 10K. I don't know how it works. I don't know how anyone buys it. He's full of shit, and everyone should know it. So here we go. Here he is back. Hopefully you haven't forgotten about me. I really wish we could. Back to regular uploads. Kind of doubt it. I think you're just going to pop in every now and then to scam people. How much you've made off this, to be determined, I guess. I don't know how YouTube allows it. Blows my mind that there's hoops that you have to jump through for monetization and everything else. But at the same time, somebody this scammy, this blatantly, obviously scamming everyone, isn't off the platform at this point. Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. So, whatever. If you want to make a clickbait about how you shouldn't buy VMAX Climax, but then in the video you say that you should buy it, by all means, go to town. If somebody wants to click on that and thinks that you can give solid advice, great. They're painfully stupid if they're going to pay you for Patreon money for advice. You don't have a collection. You don't have money. You're a student. You live at home with your mom. And you've been duping everyone this whole time. If somebody wants to believe that, by all means, go to town. But I'm here to at least advise them that that's what you're doing. Here we have, don't buy VMAX Climax. Of course, it wouldn't be Fahim without the multi-smiley. Just like all his fake accounts that fake one is fake giveaways. We got the multi-smiley. It's back. It's back, baby. Definitely have to include this tidbit, which is extremely funny in my opinion. The head mod, or whatever you want to call him, in Fahim's Discord, saying that Fahim could come out right now and say it was all fake, and I'd legit still watch the videos and chat here. Cryy laughy face. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be fucked up, but I'm not here for cash. I watch the videos because I like the information, and I'm in the server for the discussion and openings. What? How you like the... I guess, so you're just okay? You're aware that he's doing fake giveaways and you don't mind that? He doesn't provide any useful information. I'm sorry to break it to you. If you take his investment advice, even the free version of it, you would be doing yourself a disservice. I'm pretty sure you would be better off going to Walmart and putting stuff in your cart, which he does not have the luxury of doing. I guess that would be, well, maybe that would be like a terrible way to invest. So by him telling you not to buy any of these products and then buy them, and maybe it confuses you long enough that you don't buy any of them, or you don't invest in things that he's telling you to invest or not invest in. and you just walk around in circles and save money that way. All right, so Otis, the company that Fahim is shilling for and probably getting paid in shares. We're going to cover a lot here. I suggest you watch the whole thing. All right, so first of all, why would you want a collectible that you don't physically own and you can't make your own decisions on? The cool or the best part about collectibles, in my opinion, and many people's opinions, is you have a physical asset. You can decide what you want to do with it. You can look at it. You can show it off. You can put it on display. Do what you want with it. You own it. So this is the same reason that I think NFTs are stupid and not a real thing. And there's just tons of grounds to scam and do shady things with that, the same way there is with this. Just buy something similar. If you really want to get into collectibles and you can't afford the top of the top, just buy something similar but within your budget. Buy one in lesser condition. Buy a different version of it. It's still the same sort of investment, but without all the added risk of trusting this company and you physically have something. So like what happens if you want to sell it but you can't because of the conditions that are put in place by the sketchy website here? What happens then? What do you do? What if you need some money? What if you want to spend it on something else? What if you want a different collectible and you want to trade it? Well, guess what? You can't. And I don't know, but I would say that if you told somebody you wanted to trade them a digital share, which we're going to find out isn't even an actual share, for their physical item at a game store or something, they're going to laugh at you, and rightfully so. You deserve it, because this is stupid. This completely defeats the purpose and is just a company trying to cash in on the hype of the collectibles market. Again, all my opinion. If you like this sort of thing, if you want to waste your money on this shit, go to town, by all means. This is my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Also know that I'm never going to charge people for my opinion. You should seek others' opinions and do with it as you will. But what if you want the price to be less or more for this collectible? Is that a thing? Do you have control over that? Probably not. Definitely not, as we'll see. So again, just like what happens if they raise the price and it prevents you from cashing out? So you're somehow turning this into like the worst part of collectibles and the worst part of stocks. If you want to pretend it's a stock, it's all around bad. There's nothing good that comes from this, short of people cashing in on it, like Fahim, who will tell you to go sign up for this shit. Terrible idea. Don't do it. All you have to do is go to the homepage, scroll down to the bottom, and there's nothing that smells more like scam that I've seen in recent days than this. This is absolutely unreal. Look at the fine print down here. We can zoom in on it. Read it if you want. But it's basically just them absolving themselves of any responsibility for anything that happens, including the panty and the results that have from that. But I think most importantly, or the thing that stuck out to me the most, is this. So risk of damage or theft. So they're not responsible if they damage it or if it's stolen from them. How is this not sealed off somewhere extremely safe? How is that not one of their selling points? There's less risk of it being stolen? Who's to say that some employee that works there doesn't just take the item and then what? Then your money goes to zero? Absolutely, this is shameless. I expect this from Fahim. I kind of expect this from shady companies that are going to pop up and take advantage of current market conditions. But I just want everyone to know that this is dumb. You should stay as far away from this as humanly possible. So you might ask, how are they making their money? How do they do it? Well, transaction fees, but also they they make up their own prices, which are not even close to market price. So we look at their assets here. They got a little variety. This looks like the typical G-Baller 69 that's got sneakers, sports cards, Pokemon cards, video games, all the stuff that is blown up in price and is now retracing. Very hard. So even outside of this app or this company, this probably isn't something that you want to sink money into right away. And just a bad sign of things to come, because once this starts sinking, this new company that's popping up, or these new companies that are popping up, bad things are going to happen. They're going to close the doors and you are going to be out your money. So here we go. Let's look at a Pokemon card that they have up for offer. What's the problem with it, you might say? Well, outside of the fact that you're charged fees, you also have a price here of $47,500. So surely that's market price, right? That's that market cap. That's going to be, they're going to change that. They're going to adjust it. It's not just their opinion, right? They can't just put any number there. They can't just buy it for 30 and then put 47.5 there, right? No, wrong. So they're making money there by putting an inflated price that they just make up. They probably tax some percentage onto it so they can make extra money. Very shady. And that's the thing. Your shares are going to be based on that price. Or shares. Remember, shares in quotation marks. So your shares are going to be based on that price that they made up that isn't a real price. And as we can see here on Pokemon price, it's higher than any price ever paid on the card. So we have a declining market on first edition base especially, and their price is higher than anyone's ever paid for it publicly. How? So why in the world you have something that's going down in value, but you're going to spend more on your percentage than has ever been paid? Do you know how many years you're going to have to wait before that goes back up? And are they just going to leave it at that price? So then it keeps going down in value and you're forced to sell it at that? Or are they going to adjust that and show you how much you've lost on it? So if you had a physical card, even if you had that Blastoise and it was bent in half, if the market was collapsing like this, you'd at least have the option to sell it at any point if you really wanted to get out. If somebody else wanted to take that on, you have that option. Maybe not. Who knows? They have their giant disclaimer. They can pretty much do whatever they want with your stuff. Or with your money, rather. There's an extremely educational and well done video by the 10 Cent Story. I think he's more along the lines of comic books and collectibles on that side of things. But he has some very wise words, and he breaks down a lot of the really sketchy parts of Otis, of what's going on here. I suggest you watch it. He has a small channel. If you guys can, head on over there. I'll put a link in the description. Check out the video. Give him a subscribe. Give him a thumbs up. Let him know. He did a great job on this. So let's get into a few of the things that he talks about. I think some of the best advice he gives is that you shouldn't invest in things that you don't know about. There's no reason to. You shouldn't. And this isn't a good avenue to add risk by buying a fraction of something. Like, just because other people are buying fractions of something doesn't make it a good investment. Take the time to learn something. If you want to get into collectibles, you need to learn collectibles. You need to spend the time. There's no amount of Fahim sketchy detchy Patreons where he's going to tell you to buy modern product and then it's going to get reprinted. He's lying to you. He's just trying to get a quick buck. Don't listen to people like that. It's dumb. Spend the time, learn the stuff, and you will be able to make money off it. There's no guarantee in anything collectible related. You can't say, oh, this set is guaranteed money. This set is guaranteed 5x. No one knows that. But you can know enough about the Pokemon market or about any other collectible market to see trends, to see that it was a bad idea in 2021 to buy a lot of this stuff that was going to retrace because it blew up way too fast. A lot of it, you can make decisions. Sometimes you're going to be wrong. Sometimes you're going to be right. But if you have the knowledge and the interest and you put the time in, you're going to know generally what is a good idea and what is a bad idea. And from there, more often than not, you're going to be successful. So he also highlights here that Otis is a platform. The broker-dealer is Dalmore Group, LLC. So kind of hiding behind a shell. You don't actually own a piece of the items. So this is extremely important because they give you the illusion that you own a piece of the Blastoise. Fahim is letting on that he owns a part of the Charizard. He doesn't. So this isn't shares or stocks. You're technically just buying a membership. Each item is set up as a company. There's no shares, there's no stocks, just memberships. You're buying a membership, and if you don't think that's sketchy enough that you can get screwed over, I can't help you. If you want to take that risk, go to town, but you better hate money because it's going to be a bad time. So they're not registered as an investment company with the Investment Company Act, or under the Investment Company Act, and you don't get the normal protections offered by that act. This is all highlighted in the 10 cent story video. If you want to see more of it, if you want to see the actual documents, he goes through all of those. It's not approved by the SEC, who basically decides if you're able to do something like this. What happens if it isn't approved? Does the company just fold? But I think that's kind of the least of their concerns, because at that point, they make their money going in here. I don't think this company even has full intentions or full expectations of not folding at some point. That's unfortunately how a lot of these companies work in this day and age. Another thing where they're giving out free shares for signups is just reeks of corruption. So they're probably also giving out free shares to people that promote this shit. Look at Fahim. He's promoting it for a reason. Are they paying him in cash, or are they paying him in fractional shares of this stuff? So you can't just add shares at no cost and have it not affect the people who actually paid. So, Fahim doesn't get screwed over, or whoever's getting the free shares don't necessarily get screwed over, but anyone that's paid for some of those shares of, say, the Blastoise, guess what? That's going to hurt them. If they have to increase the price because they're giving out free portions of the card, but you're paying more than a portion should be, they're screwing you. So I think the biggest example of this, or any of these other markets where there's sort of a currency involved for something, we can look at Puka Trade, which was like a trading service for Magic the Gathering. You'd use these Puka points to purchase cards from each other. So it was like a marketplace. You'd spend cash on the Puka points, but they made too many free Puka points. So all these people that were promoting this, they were getting free points. So those free points absolutely decimated the market and screwed everyone that actually paid money for the points, because your points aren't worth the full value of the points anymore. You just dilute it to the point that people get screwed over. The people that put money into it get screwed. It's a terrible, terrible scheme, and it's predictable. And there's no way they don't know this going in. They're being dishonest. It's a terrible model, and it screws a lot of people over. We have another great video here. Again, this one is more on the comic book end of things, but it's similar. We look at terrible things going on with sports cards, because it's comparable. We can make the comparison. We can translate and learn from that and understand Pokemon a little bit better. The same way you should have a general understanding for Magic the Gathering or other collectibles. Here we go. We got some great advice from the Comic Book Investments channel. I'll leave a link to this video as well down below. Again, check it out if you want even more information on this, but we'll sum it up here. Keep in mind, this company, Otis, who is conveniently named after an elevator company. I don't know if that was intentional or not. It's weird that they can't come up with their own name, something unique, but who knows? The company is going to be competing with other fractional share companies. So who says one's going to succeed over the other, which one's going to be the big one, which ones are going to die off. This is very similar to the mass grading company influx that we've seen. Which ones are going to be around long term? I can tell you right now, it's not going to be all of them. Once things cool off, they're all going to fold. They're just jumping in the same way on the hype of collectibles at the moment, the same way the grading companies are popping up. They see an opportunity where the bigger companies, the big boys, are behind, and they're taking advantage of the market. I've got a dog making a gag noises in the background. But what happens when they sell or they do go bankrupt? Are they going to liquidate the items? Are they sinking all this user money into additional items just to disappear with all of them at some point? Are they going to get stolen? Like, there's no transparency, and you have no control over something which you should have control over in the collectibles world. There's no reason you need a fraction of something. No one's impressed by it. No one is like, oh, cool, you have like a digital piece of something that should be in your hand, I guess. So, unlike actual collectibles or stocks, you could end up stuck with no way to bail. Like, what happens? What happens if it goes bankrupt? So if a stock is going down, a company goes bankrupt or whatever, you do have a method of bailing. You can sell that off. But what if that's prevented by the means that these people are putting into place, where they make the rules? You can't get any of your money back. You could just be straight up left with nothing. So you pumped all this money into something, expecting some sort of return or ability to get your money back out. And that might not be the case. So in this video here with the comic book investments, he does a nice job of talking about VCs or venture capitalist companies and their high chance of bankruptcy. So basically, they put a priority on getting more users to generate more funding, and they do this over and over and grow and grow and grow. They're not really focused on the the benefits or improving the company itself. They're just trying to get more users so they can go back, get more funding over and over again. And then eventually they're going to cash out by selling, they're in hopes of cashing out by selling to a big company, or, making it available that you can buy actual stocks of it, not just memberships or these fake stocks that Otis is offering. So, another important thing is these VCs invest in hundreds of companies, and they know most of them are going to fail. They don't care about you. They don't care if the company fails and it folds and your money is gone. It's absolutely gone. Yes, there's risk in having a physical comic book, a physical Pokemon card, if you're at risk of floods or theft or anything like that. But it seems like they're not going to protect you from that anyway. So why are you going to buy a fraction of something? Like, not only are you banking on the success of the collectible, but you're also adding additional risk with no upside. And that additional risk is the success of Otis or any other company. Why you're going to risk them scamming you for no reason? There's no payout for it. There's no additional benefit to having it on Otis. There's fees anyway. So if there's selling fees or anything like that, you still have to claim it all on your taxes if you cash out. There's still selling fees if you sell it on eBay. If you buy something that's less expensive, instead of putting $5,000 into a Blastoise or fake shares of a Blastoise, buy a crappier Blastoise. If you really want to, if you really believe in, you really understand the Pokemon market, spend the time on it. Don't dump a ton of money into it just because you think 2021 stonk 460.29x is going to happen. It doesn't keep going up. We're going to see retraces. Be careful with all of it. Don't put all of your money in something just because you think it's free tendies. It's going to be a bad time. I can almost guarantee it. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. Again, check out the two videos that I showed in here, and show them some love. I guess we'll give them a thumbs up here. They did a great job, and they made my life a lot easier. Just showing how stupid this fractional share, believing in a company that is basically going to rip you off. So join the Discord, and I'll see you next time.